Hi and welcome back Year 11. It's nice to be able to speak to you even if it is by video today. Unfortunately we can't do our face-to-face as we would normally do. Over the last 6 months many things have certainly changed with the COVID virus, and we have to make the best of what the issues have arisen. We have to make the best of what we've got at the moment, which is under quite difficult circumstances. Now, the first message to you really is not to panic and not to stress. Yes, you might be behind in some subjects than where we would normally be, but it's nothing that is insurmountable. It's things that we can address, you might have to work a little bit harder than you're used to catch up, but it's things that your teachers are fully aware of, and we'll make sure that you catch up and in the right place to take your GCSEs next year. Now, our house prayer talks is 3 words in our house prayer I wanted to focus on. That was hope, courage and wisdom. And you will need all these 3 going forwards over the next few months. Hope, making sure you maintain a positive attitude to all your lessons and working at home as well. Courage, things are difficult, as you already know, difficult circumstances, and it's continuing to work hard and to overcome those challenges. And wisdom, we have to learn from our mistakes, and we will make them as we go through the year together. But it's making sure things like once you've done your mock assessments, making sure that you learn from those things to make sure that you put it right in the real ones. So the words we usually use are mock exams. That's not what they really are. We are going to do CAPs, which are centre assessed papers. And those start in the week beginning the 16th of November and run for at least 2 weeks for classroom-based subjects. Now, it's so important that you prepare correctly for those. These are going to be hugely important going forwards. Now, our assessments are always important for checking knowledge, correcting misunderstandings, and seeing where you're at so that the teacher can make plans for your lessons. But even more so this year, you've got to see your CAPs as potentially being used as your grades for your final GCSEs. That's what's happened with the Year 11 that have just gone past. So it's about preparing properly for those. It's about putting the revision in at home, and it's about making sure that when you come to those exams, you feel comfortable and confident that you've done enough preparation for them. The next thing I just want to brief you on is attendance. Now, I'm sure that there'll be times this year when people aren't in school for obvious reasons, but you have to remember that attendance is one of the biggest sole factors of achievement at GCSE. Every day you miss of school is a day of 5 lessons that you miss, plus any extra tasks that you're given during that time. That is very difficult to get back. We need to make sure that when fit and healthy, we are in school all the time. Okay, it is critical. This is the most crucial year of your schooling. And that brings me on to Microsoft Teams and making sure that even if you are off, it's not a day off and you're not completing any work. Those 5 hours of learning must be caught up on Microsoft Teams. Now, you should be really familiar with Microsoft Teams. It's something that we've used quite significantly during lockdown, and it is something that we will need to get used to using even more so in the future. Now, in the first instance, all your homework will be set on Microsoft Teams, and we'll be using it regularly to set assignments as you have done in previous months. But we need to remember at any point we could go into another lockdown, and you need to be able to access Microsoft Teams at home, and that needs to be done every and each day. Now, if there's ever any problems with Microsoft Teams, you can always email the house team that will make sure that they get you logged on and make sure you're able to use it as quickly as possible. The last thing I just want to mention is communication. So between the 4 parties involved, trying to make the best of what we've got for your child. So we've got the child, we've got the parents, we've got the house team, and we've got the subject teachers. And we have to keep the lines of communication between all 4 parties open. We can do that through email or telephone. The information for all the house teams are on the school website, but also we can do that through Microsoft Teams. Students can email or message asking for extra work. They can check misunderstanding in class, they do their homework or question what they need to do on there as well. So please continue to use that as a real function of our school. I'd also just encourage parents to take a real interest in what the children are learning. So ask them to show you their books, okay? Ask them to tell you about a lesson that they've had. Get them to teach you about a topic that they've been doing in school. or test them on their flashcards, or set them a quick test, but try and take an interest. Work together at home, make sure that there is some reward for revision, and make sure that that the children know that there is support there in the family home as well. And all working together is the best way forwards, and I'm sure that with a strong year ahead of us, we can all do really well in our GCSEs next summer.